Ethical Perspectives on the News is produced by the Interreligious Council of Linn County, which is solely responsible for its content. The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of KCRG TV9.
Hello, hi, my name is LaSheila Yates, and I'm a moderator and one of the great producers here at the Ethical Perspectives on the News. I want to thank you all for joining us today. We have an amazing group of people that are going to tell you about some great things going on in the Cedar Rapids corridor community. And so I want to start by sharing you today, we're going to talk about the impact of cultural festivals on community relations. Yes, the impact of these relationships on our community. And so I'm going to start by having the guests introduce themselves as well as tell you a bit about the cultural festivals that they are connected with in our community. So I'm going to start with Esaie.
I am Esaie Toingar, and I am the president of Wake of Fire Rights. We take intercultural festival as a way to thank Iowans, and at the same time, it is a way to break down the cultural barriers. And we try also to improve the communication, because without the communication, it's going to be hard to integrate ourselves into our new communities. And once the communication is improved, we believe we can create a wonderful networking opportunities.
Okay. And so I'll move down the line here and like to hear a bit about, what particularly even with the African American Museum of Iowa is doing. I know they've done some amazing things over the years as well, and that was one of the first places I came to when coming to moving to Cedar Rapids with my husband a few years ago. So I'll pass the, I like to hear some things about what you're doing and which cultural festival you represent.
Okay. Well, the African American Museum, we do a lot of things in regard to, in particular, the celebration we're talking about, Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a celebration that has to do with setting aside a time to remember and celebrate the importance of the once enslaved people and the fact that they finally became free, particularly in the state of Texas. Texas was the last state to acknowledge that black people were free. And they only learned about it 2.5 years after the emancipation. So they were living on these plantations in Texas and not even knowing that they were free. And they didn't realize that they were free until Major General Granger came down to Texas with his troops and told the enslavers that the slaves were free. And the thing is that the slave owners in Texas, they took their time and kept it a secret for quite a while until the harvest was over with. Then they told the slaves that they were free. So this Juneteenth is a time for African Americans to remember and celebrate and acknowledge the importance of freedom and respecting those who were enslaved, knowing that they finally got freedom, and celebrating the importance of freedom.
Thank you, thank you. So Monica, I'll have you go ahead and tell us a bit about the festival and some of the great things you're all doing in our community as well.
Thank you, LaSheila. Festival Latino, we start 8 years already, so that was the big opportunity to share the Latino culture, to share how big is the Latino population in Cedar Rapids. When we start planning the first festival Latino, we want to do the opportunity to share for Latinos the programs that we have in Cedar Rapids, the programs they offer for Latinos, the opportunities for Latinos, what we have in Cedar Rapids. And the same time was the opportunity for people from Cedar Rapids learn something about our culture. We have people from different countries. We have from South America, Central America, North America. So Latinos, inside the Latino population, we had a diversity. We are from, like I say, different countries, and this is one the opportunity they want to share, not only the culture, the values, the programs that we have every country, the food, the people. So what is the big opportunity for the community to learn about us? So Festival Latino is one of the big programs that we offer to the city with the music, with dances, with food, with other programs for the kids, like who in the city know what is the piñata? The piñata is something that's famous in Latino country. So this is for the kids to grow up, even they grow up in United States, but they don't forget the culture that the parents bring to the United States. So this is Festival Latino that we bring 8 years ago. It's going to be next month, 8 years.
Okay.
And we celebrate in September because September is a Hispanic Heritage Month. And this is special for us. We decide to do something and honor all the Latinos in this country.
Thank you, thank you. And I think you bring up a really good point in looking at how the program has actually, or the festivals have actually grown. What are some other, have you all seen any growth or maybe a reduction of sizes in your festivals and celebrations?
Well, as far as the Juneteenth celebration, and looking at what's going on not only in Cedar Rapids but in Iowa City, we've seen steady growth as far as people wanting to be a part of the Juneteenth celebration. So it's an opportunity for people in the community to learn about what Juneteenth is about from a historical point of view and the relevance to what's going on in today as far as the African American community, learn about their culture. It's a time for also for a variety of people to come together, and especially families, because it's a time where lots of families can come into these celebrations, and for kids to learn about the different aspects of the culture, and for kids of very different cultures to be a part of this. And so it's a wonderful time for the community to bond together.
I would say, Esaie, have you seen anything, any expansion with the Intercultural Festival?
Yes, sir. What we have, people really like, because Intercultural Festival, during the last 10 years in Cedar Rapids, the number of immigrants are growing. Not only immigrants, but there are some people in different states that are coming to Iowa. And when we move from one area to another, we feel already the cultural changing. So what we try to do, Intercultural Festival, it is a way to help immigrants to discover more other cultures that other immigrants have. And at the same time, we want to engage Iowans to learn more about immigrants' cultures, as well as immigrants is going to be a kind of way to discover not only the hospitality of Iowans, but also it is another way for them to show up to Iowans that, hey, we are among you, we want to learn more about you. So we can integrate ourselves very easily in our new community. And one thing we should know, when you are in the new community and you have some values you share with your community, the community gains something. But when the door is closed, you keep your values, you lose them, it doesn't help your community, and it doesn't help you. Another thing that I would like to, not only I would like, but people like from an intercultural festival, is that we introduce the program where the leaders of the community, we call them to come and talk to us. And we also engage with the police officers because we know that even you are educated well in your country and you come to United States, you are like someone who is not educated. So we engage with the police. We try to let police know that, hey, we are among you and our cultures are totally different from yours. As an example, in my country or in many countries in Africa, when the police officer pull you over, you have to come out. And when you come out, you put your hand into your pocket, the police officer is happy already because you will come out with something to give him. But here, when the police officer call you or pull you over and you try to come out, this is a kind of offense. You are trying to offense him. And worse, if you put your hand into your pocket, this is going to be another story. So we try, and especially young people, they are the ones that have a lot of energy. Sometimes they don't control themselves. So we use soccer as a way to bring young people. And then we call the police during the soccer. We break down the soccer, and then the police interact with those young people. And they try to learn about do's and don'ts into their communities. So this is something that we have been doing. Also, we introduced a fashion show. The fashion show, this is the way that people will discover some of the values that others have. And this is another way for people to know, hey, these people that wear this type of clothes, they are from this side of region or area. So we use fashion show as a way for people to share their values, their cultures, and to help Iowans to learn more about themselves, about other cultures. At the same time, you know, we are here now, we are part of our new community. And also, we have children, and we have other immigrants that will come. And the more you have people, the culture is start changing. And when you engage everyone, then we can try to break down our cultural differences and try to move on with the things that are positive. So these are a few elements of what we are trying to do. But I don't want to take all the time. So
okay, I mean, it's a really good, it's a good information.
Thank you. So I will leave the floor for the others. And in case you want to know more about what we are doing, we will be happy to share more with you.
Okay, thank you. One thing, and even thinking about the Juneteenth celebration, my family, I'm originally from Louisiana. My family, some of them are in Jonesville, and we've seen a lot of growth of the Juneteenth celebration, the expansion of it. And it's really a community event where people come together for mutual celebration, mutual respect, and civility. And so my point of reference from Juneteenth or any cultural socialization is really embedded in Louisiana. That's my first social, that's the first way I've engaged with the community socially. And so coming to Iowa and even having lived in Illinois, the cultures are very different. And so I say this because I want to know, when thinking about the cultural differences in a community, has there been any missed opportunities or oppositions to your festivals that that you'd like to share?
I can share one. We had a Festival Latino Facebook page, and we have one comment in the Festival Latino Facebook, and they say everybody is invited, include ICE. Immigration. So in this time of the year, not in this time of the year, lately, in this country, we have a lot of different problems with Latinos, against Latinos, So to say the kind of comment is something not human. We are here in United States. We live in United States. We live in Cedar Rapids. A lot of families, the kids go to the school. They work here in Cedar Rapids. So we support economic to Cedar Rapids. We support social economic in Cedar Rapids. So we are part of Cedar Rapids. So to say, can immigration is welcome to come? We are a lot of people there. Who know I live 30 years, people live more years, people have master's degrees. In our community, we have people educate and people not educate. So the comment was very rude and anti-human because immigration has nothing to do in the festival. We are community. We want to share with the community. Cedar Rapids is part of us, and we are part of Cedar Rapids. We are people that we love Cedar Rapids, we take care of Cedar Rapids, and we want to belong. I want to be, everybody belong to Cedar Rapids. We don't have anything. I say, no, you're not from here, you're not welcome. No, everybody in Cedar Rapids is so welcome people. It's so nice. And so some people feeling the different, and I understand. Maybe people, they don't very optimistic with the future. Maybe they don't like diversity. I understand. But the comments have to be bothersome not to put on Facebook or publicize. But that's okay. We have a lot of support from different people. Like we have every year people, the mayor come to our festival. We give certificates to the best students, the Latinos students, and this year we implement a scholarship for Latinos in Cedar Rapids. The kids, they graduate from high school. This year we're going to present scholarships. So every year we grow up. Every year is more people, more sponsored people, they want to be part of Festival Latino. And I think the scholarship is going to grow in every year. And they are so proud, and I'm very happy that we're going to serve and we're going to help our community.
And it really was refreshing to see, even on social media, the application, the scholarship form. So I think those things are important in creating opportunities for cultural engagement, economic development, as well as community development is really key. I do have a question, and I'll have you, if you want to take a second to think about it and jump in when you feel like it. But my question is, do you ever think that that there would be at some point no need for cultural festivals and celebrations, or do you think it's something that we'll continue to have in the community?
Well, I think cultural celebrations are marvelous.
Yeah.
They are important. As human beings, celebrating our uniqueness as human beings and the different ethnic groups showing their achievements and what they have contributed, not only within their own community, but what they have provided for the larger community, for the whole United States. And, as human beings, we need to show off ourselves and what we do as different ethnic groups, all of our food, our dance, our music, all those things. Those are the things that make life enjoyable. So, no, I think festivals are marvelous. They are something that should continue, forever,
And every year is growing. Every year is growing. It's because not only people from Cedar Rapids, it's people who come to different towns to celebrate with us. So I think we're going to have festivals for a long time.
Yeah, all depends on how the community wants to take opportunity to learn more about these type of opportunities that immigrants have. It seems from our side, it seems like people from Cedar Rapids, they don't know much about the opportunities that others have, and they bring this into their communities. You know, in the past, people try to travel far away to learn the things, but now you have people, you have all different people in your community here. So I believe if our community shows the interest of what we are trying to do as festivals, this is going to be a great opportunity not only for ourselves, but for our children and for the next generation.
I agree with you.
That's definitely refreshing to hear that perspective, because we'll continue to see the community change, and it's really important that people have a sense of belonging in the community, and that's so important. I don't know how to get to have viewers know the importance of that, but it is. One thing I want to ask, what is, if you had to think about it, what would be the one takeaway that you'd like an attendee of your events to have upon the conclusion of the event?
From my side, I would like to let the community know that immigrants, especially refugees, these are the people that went through a lot of trauma. Yes, we have some resources, but we have also to find a way to integrate those people into our community, because people that have trauma before they bring them here, they need a process of healing. And that process, you can give those people anything that you want, but as long as you don't try to integrate them fully into your community, then in the long term, there might be some issues. And this is one of the reasons that we try to organize this type of intercultural festival, so we can expose them to the resources that they have, and also we can help them to integrate quickly themselves into their new community. So the takeaway from that I really appreciate, I really thank the police of Cedar Rapids, because they try to listen to us. They try to learn the cultural differences that we have. And by learning this, at the same time, they share with us what they need into our community. So this let me believe it is the best takeaway that we have as immigrants into our community.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think for the Latino community, I can say I cannot be more thank you to the community and the community with the civil rights. Civil rights impact to the Latino, because now it's so different to our countries. The people that have money is the one they run the countries. In this city, we have Civil Rights Commission, the one they provide all the information that we need. So we have the rights in this country, and we use that. So it's important for Latinos to know that we have the rights, and we need to use, and we're not alone. The community protect us, the police protect us, and the city is protect us. So we're not alone.
Thank you.
Well, one of the important takeaways, I believe, is that people realize that the African American community here is small, but we have made lots of contributions to Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and the United States. And this is an opportunity for people within the larger community to understand about those contributions. And also for the, since the African American Museum is the sponsor, one of the sponsors and supporters of the Juneteenth programming, it's an opportunity for people to get to know about the African American Museum and about the various exhibits that we have in the museums and about the various programs that we have. And those programs impact not only the within the walls of the museum, but it impacts the larger community and the state of Iowa. There's a variety of things that we do at the museum as far as outreach. We have traveling exhibits, traveling trunks. The museum educator goes out and makes presentations in various places all over the state of Iowa. So we have it's an opportunity for people to understand that the African American community, through this Juneteenth programming, can have contributed so much to the community and the state of Iowa.
Thank you for sharing that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude here, and I would like for each of you to tell us just a couple of things. One, when the name, where, and the name, location, time, and date of your particular festivals. I know the Intercultural Festival is on the 24th of August, and also how can people get involved?
Yeah, on 24th of this coming month, August, we are going to have an intercultural festival at the Tuma Complex Circle. And when you take C Avenue, you go straight. At the end of C Avenue, you turn to your right, and you will see the area. We really need Iowans. We want all immigrants to show up, because this is the only way that our children can learn more about other cultures. This is the only way our Iowans can know more about us, and we can know more about them. And together, I think we are going to make our community as one of the best community, model community in the United States.
Thank you. A quick overview.
Well, Juneteenth usually occurs during the month of June. Not always on the 19th. Sometimes it's the week before that week of the 19th. So we'll have it again in 2020 in June.
Thank you.
Festival Latino in Cedar Rapids is in McDowell Amphitheater, September 17, 11 to 5 p.m. So it's going to be wonderful entertainment for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming on the show. This is some amazing work that's going on in the community. And so I want to just go ahead and conclude by saying thank you for the viewers, and we look forward to all the great festivals and celebrations that are coming on the way.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.